Hi, it's Richard Bromwell here from Charterhouse Auctioneers, having a look through what's going under the hammer in our classic and vintage car auction on Sunday the 21st of July. Now, those of you who follow us, you know you normally get myself and Matthew. Matthew heads up the classic car department, but Matthew's stealing a few rare days holiday. I think he's gone off on his little Austin Healey Sprite out with his wife down travelling around the deepest depths of Cornwall. Anyhow, Here's some of the lots we've got coming out of the auction. We've got nearly 50 classic and vintage car auctions, all shapes, sizes, dates and values. First up here, one of my favourites though is this 1949 Morgan here. Now, those of you know Morgans, you'll see immediately this has got a very, very different looking body. And this one was one of three bodies we understand to have been fitted by a garage over in Exeter. And this car has spent pretty much all of its life down in sort of Devon and Cornwall. So it's going to be travelling up to Dorset now for the classic car auction. Long-term ownership. The owner's had it for about 50 years now. He's restored it once, and it's been garage stored since around about sort of 1993. But it's not the only Morgan we've got. Rather bizarrely, we've got another 1949 Morgan. Also got a brace of Morgans there. This time this one's in a white as well. Now, all our auctions, you know, we've had some huge successes with Land Rovers. We've got this really rather wonderful 1960 Land Rover Series 2. Again, the Series 2, quite a short production run against a Series 2A. This one beautifully restored here. It's got its canvas tilt here, so you can certainly take that off and enjoy some summer fun. This one estimated around about the £12,000 to £14,000. Also still in Land Rover land, well, I suppose technically it's an Austin Gypsy, isn't it really? It's this tow truck. Now that's the sort of thing that I'd actually quite fancy taking to Goodwood. Great looking little tow truck there. Quite modestly estimated around about the £4,000 to £5,000. At the other end of the scale, though, we've got this 1969 Lotus Elan, the Series 4 drop-head coupe. It's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Now this one, less than 28,000 miles from new. That's about what we do about a year in our cars here, and with just three owners. So a really sweet, divine and original Elan drop-head coupe. Again, estimated around about the £30,000. Another car, which is another very low mileage, and one of the more modern cars in the auction is this 1996 VW Corrado. It's the VR6 here, and this is the last UK registered VR6 Corrado. It's been owned since new by our vendor here. It's been pampered. It's lived in its car cocoon for the past few years, and is absolutely probably well, it is completely mint basically, and has a lot of time and effort and money's been lavished on it here. And again, nice to see that really low mileage. So one that hasn't been around the clock a few times. This one, the Corrado, maybe not the cheapest Corrado, estimated around about £20,000, but as we say, you'll struggle to find better. Next up is the Porsche. Now, this is normally the view that you will see of any sort of Porsche, especially when it's a Porsche Turbo here. It's a 2010 911 here, and again, coming to auction, full Porsche service history, low mileage, low owners. Get in the key and have some fun, providing you've got the sort of the £64,000 to £68,000 that we're going to need to take from you to drive it away. Again, another quite important car is the 1934, the Armstrong Siddeley Special Burlington Sports Saloon. Again, it's a long mouthful, isn't it? Again, a real contender against the Rolls-Royce and Bentley of its day. This one is the Ex-Olympia Motor Show car. Again, long-term family ownership. I think the family acquired it in the early 1980s here. Still showing really well. Good 4-litre engine, certainly a big imposing motor car, and it's certainly a lot larger in life than it actually looks in the illustrations here. Again, another contender against, as we said, against the Armstrong Siddeley was Rolls-Royce, and we've got here a 1939 Rolls-Royce. Well, that's when it was commissioned and actually registered in 1941. A Wraith. Now, if you're looking for a project, this is obviously going to tick a lot of the boxes. It's pretty much all there, but sadly there's no interior. What is absolutely fascinating, though, is that when this was commissioned, it was one of two Rolls-Royces ever to be commissioned in an unusual paint colour scheme. And as we're in the middle of the Second World War, the owner, what colour did he choose? He chose camouflage. So really quite historically important Rolls-Royce Wraith here. I believe it's one of the last ones ever made as well. And it'd be great if someone could restore it back to its camouflage glory originally. Now, those of you who know me know I'm a bit of a Triumph nut, and we've got here not one, not two, but three Triumph TR3As. We've got two which are in green, and they're both 1961. One of them was restored to Concours standard, has won many Concours awards by the owner, and one was meticulously restored by Revington TR. The third one was restored over in South Africa, and the owner had a property over there, he's brought it back. So if you're looking for a TR3A, we've certainly got plenty that will tick your box. Also making a rare appearance is this rather divine little Commer Cobb van here, 1964. Again, it's lived just over the border down in Devon. We do a lot of business down in Devon and Cornwall, in fact, London home counties. You wherever you are, we'll come and see you. And a really sweet little one, low ownership, believe 55,000 miles from you, and originally used to take calves to market in. And again, a sweet little light commercial here, not hugely expensive, probably around about 6,500, 7,500, but something that is rare, you can take to shows and enjoy. Now, again, at auction, we must have a Morris Minor in every single sale. This one is a 1965 Morris Minor Tourer. Nor at this point I'll make reference to the fact that Matthew was born in 1965. He's not here, so he can't defend himself today. This one has been meticulously restored again by Charles Ware. Estimate on this round about the sort of 11 to 12,000. So again, not the cheapest, but probably one of the best ones out there on the market. Also, another rare occurrence here is the 1977 VW Beetle. Now, there's nothing, as you know, particularly rare about a Beetle. They made millions of them. But this is actually number 27 of the last 300 which were made for the UK market here. So again, a nice little rare little VW Beetle here. Estimate around about £6,000 to £7,000. We've also got a couple other VWs. This time we've got a 1969 VW Combi. And this one has had a lot of money spent on it recently. It's bodily restored. The interior could do a little bit of finishing off, but again, it's low ownership. Sadly, it comes from a deceased estate, and this one is being offered for sale at no reserve and will be sold to the highest bidder. Also no reserve, and which has been totally restored, of the nut and bolt restoration, is the 1971 Austin Mini 1000 Mark III. Again, offer sale, no reserve. That'll be sold to the highest bidder on the day. Now, we've just been enjoying July the 4th with our American cousins here, and again, we've got a few American cars that have come across from over the water here. We've got two ponies, two Mustangs. We've got one in yellow and one in red there. And again, both fascinating vehicles there. Nice to see on the British roads. Both left-hand drive, but something a little bit different. And this is a right-hand drive, one of only about 200 right-hand drives imported into UK and factory made. Is the 1969-1970 Plymouth Barracuda here, beautifully restored. Love the paintwork. It's got the V8. What more could you possibly want apart from spending £20,000 on it? Well, there's a bit of a walk and a talk through our classic car and vintage car auction cup on Sunday, the 21st of July. Hopefully we'll see you there at the sale. If not, you've got cars to sell, stick them into our next sale. We'd love to see you.